How can we stay away from negativities? Welcome to the Summit Study Hall. I'm Dre, and that's our question that we're going to look into today. Staying away from negativities is one of the harder aspects of our human experience because we all produce them at some point. We all latch on to others as well and let their energies bring down our own good moods. Through these next 5 Bible verses, we'll take a few minutes to answer this important question of how to stay away from negativities as much as possible. So let's just jump right in to our very first verse. It comes from Leviticus 19:17. Do not nurse hatred in your heart. So our first answer, we could say it as by not fueling them. We all have some negativities enter into our lives from time to time. It's just a part of everyday life. No matter how far away we try to keep them, some will still end up around us. But our first point is to not add more fuel to the fire and let them grow bigger and stronger in our hearts. We should try to completely stop their spread by just giving off positive energy instead. Verse number 2, Proverbs 17:4. Wrongdoers eagerly listen to gossip. Liars pay close attention to slander. So our second answer, by not listening to them. A great way of not adding more fuel to the negativity's fire is by simply ignoring them altogether. We shouldn't give them any attention, and soon they'll lessen and lessen out of our lives. We should stay on our high road and not climb down from the honor and integrity we should always try to radiate. And speaking of integrity, that's exactly what our next point highlights. Our next verse, it comes from Proverbs 16:2. A king detests wrongdoing, for his rule is built on justice. So our answer is by keeping integrity. These last few points may all sound interchangeable, and to some extent they are. But for the first of them, our answer is about keeping integrity, which is basically doing the right thing. We should be people of our word and always strive to do better and better, nearing God's teachings as much as possible. Our next verse comes from Romans 12:21. Don't let evil conquer you, but conquer evil by doing good. So our fourth answer is by doing what is right. Doing the right thing seems simple, and a lot of times it truly is. We just can't let the negative energies deep into our thought process and muddle up the meanings. There is usually a distinct line between right and wrong, though many times there may not be, or may not be so clear. That's really when we should pray about the outcome and ask God for direction. He'll give it to us every time. Finally, our fifth verse comes from Ephesians 4:31. It says, get rid of all bitterness, rage, anger, harsh words, and slander, as well as all types of evil behavior. So our last answer is simply by being pure. This is another point which sounds simple, and again, in many ways it is. Being pure isn't about never making a mistake or uttering a wrong word towards someone, but rather trying to keep all of those negativities the verse mentioned out of our lives. We should try to maintain that clean slate which we received when we gave our lives to Jesus. Being pure will bring about more positive energy than anything else, because it'll be the only type of seed we plant and harvest in our hearts. So let's run through all of the answers once more in a quick recap, and we'll close this installment out. How can we stay away from negativities? By not fueling them, by not listening to them, by keeping integrity, by doing what is right, and by being pure. So again, that'll do it for this shorter installment today. I just want to thank you all for taking the time to listen, and my prayers, like always, are for God to bless us all. Indeed. Until tomorrow, take care.